Embark on a transformative journey with Whispers of Wisdom, a podcast where ancient stories, life lessons, and spiritual insights converge. Each episode dives deep into the realms of mythology, exploring the timeless tales that have shaped our understanding of life, love, and the universe. Whether you seek enlightenment, solace, or a fresh perspective on spiritual beliefs, this podcast offers a serene space for reflection and growth. Join me as I share my spiritual journey, uncover hidden gems of wisdom, and connect the dots between the divine and the everyday.
Welcome back to Whispers of Wisdom, the podcast where we dive deep into timeless truths and bring ancient wisdom to modern life. I'm so glad you've joined me today after a little break. In this third episode, we'll explore some powerful motivational proverbs, unpacking their meanings, insights, and how they can inspire us in today's world. Let's begin. One laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. English proverb. The proverb laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone means that people are naturally drawn to joy, happiness, and success, but tend to avoid or withdraw from sorrow, grief, or misfortune. In simple terms, when you are happy and in good spirits, others enjoy being around you and share in your joy. But when you are sad or suffering, most people are unwilling or unable to carry your burden, so you often face your troubles alone. This proverb reflects a truth about human nature and society. While happiness attracts company, sorrow can lead to isolation. It also reminds us that although joy is contagious, suffering tends to be a lonely experience. Here's how this proverb applies in real life. 1. Friendship and social circles. When someone is successful, cheerful, or celebrating something, like a promotion, marriage, or achievement, people naturally gather around to congratulate and enjoy the moment. But when that same person faces failure, grief, or hardship, many friends may drift away, leaving them to cope alone. 2. Parties and gatherings. People love being around positive energy. They go to parties, celebrations, or joyful events, but they often avoid funerals, hospital visits, or serious conversations because sadness makes them uncomfortable. Public attention. Celebrities or public figures are often surrounded by fans when they are at their peak. But if they face scandal, illness, or downfall, many admirers disappear, showing that success brings company, while suffering leads to isolation. 4. Everyday life. Even in daily interactions, a cheerful person tends to attract more friends and attention, while someone constantly complaining or sharing their problems might find others keeping their distance, not because people don't care, but because they may not know how to help or feel overwhelmed. Overall, the proverb teaches us two things. We should not expect the world to always share our sorrows. We should also try to be the kind of person who stays to support others when they are in pain, because that's rare and meaningful. 2. These three take crooked ways: carts, boats, and musicians. Hindu proverb. The Hindu proverb, these three take crooked ways: carts, boats, and musicians, uses vivid imagery to convey an insightful idea about life and human nature. Here's the explanation. Carts, boats, and musicians all move or perform in a non-straight or crooked manner. Carts wobble or sway on uneven roads. Boats never sail in a perfectly straight line because they drift with the current or wind. Musicians, especially in traditional Indian music, often bend, twist, or ornament notes. They don't play them mechanically or stiffly. But the deeper meaning of the proverb is that skill, beauty, or success often involve flexibility, adaptation, and deviation from rigid, straight paths. In other words, sometimes the most effective or beautiful results come from taking indirect or creative routes, rather than strictly following straight, predictable paths. It may also suggest that not everything in life works in a straight line. Progress often requires detours, improvisation, or adjustments, just like the movement of carts, boats, or the artistry of musicians. The moral or life lesson behind this proverb is flexibility and adaptability are often necessary for success and mastery. Just as carts adjust to rough roads, boats adapt to wind and waves, and musicians improvise with creativity, people too must learn to bend, adjust, and respond to changing situations in life. Being rigid or insisting on a straight, fixed path can lead to failure or frustration, while flexibility allows you to navigate challenges and create something meaningful or beautiful. It also teaches that excellence often comes from knowing how and when to take these crooked ways. It's not aimless wandering, but skillful adjustment. 3. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come. Congolese proverb. The Congolese proverb, no matter how long the night, the day is sure to come, carries a message of hope and perseverance. Here's the explanation. Just as every night eventually gives way to dawn, no matter how dark or long it feels, every difficult or painful situation in life will eventually pass or improve. Hardships, struggles, and sadness are not permanent. Better days will come. This proverb encourages patience, endurance, and faith during tough times. It reminds us that we should not lose hope, even when we are going through long periods of suffering or uncertainty, because change and relief are part of the natural cycle of life. Here's a short moral or reflection from the proverb. Moral: even in the darkest times, never lose hope. Challenges and sorrows are temporary, and brighter days will eventually arrive. Reflection: life is full of ups and downs, but no hardship lasts forever. Just as the night must give way to morning, our struggles will pass, and peace or happiness will return. When we learn to be patient and hold on through difficulties, we prepare ourselves to fully appreciate the joy and light that follow. 4. Silence is more than just a lack of words. Egyptian proverb. The Egyptian proverb, silence is more than just a lack of words, holds a deep and thoughtful message. Here's the explanation. Silence is not simply the absence of speaking. It often carries meaning, emotion, or intention. Silence can express wisdom, patience, respect, agreement, disagreement, sadness, anger, or even deep understanding. In some moments, silence can communicate more powerfully than words. This proverb teaches that we should pay attention to silence, both our own and others. It reminds us that being silent doesn't always mean someone has nothing to say. It may mean they are reflecting, listening, feeling deeply, or choosing peace over conflict. Learn to understand the meaning behind silence, for sometimes it speaks louder than words. Here are some real-life examples of how this proverb applies. In arguments or conflicts, sometimes choosing silence instead of arguing back shows wisdom and self-control. A person may stay silent not because they have no answer, but because they don't want to worsen the situation. 2. In grief or sadness, when someone is grieving, they may sit in silence because words can't fully express their sorrow. Silence here communicates deep pain or reflection. 3. In deep understanding, close friends or partners can sit together in silence and still feel deeply connected. Their silence shows comfort and understanding without needing words. 4. In respect, during moments of remembrance, like a minute of silence for someone who has passed away, silence becomes a powerful expression of honor and respect. In learning and wisdom, a wise person often listens more and speaks less. Their silence shows they are observing, thinking, and understanding before they speak. The one who loves you will also make you weep. Argentine proverb. The Argentine proverb, the one who loves you will also make you weep, reflects a deep understanding of human relationship. Explanation. The people who love us the most, family, close friends, or romantic partners, have the greatest power to affect our emotions. Their words, actions, and opinions matter deeply to us. So when they disappoint, hurt, or misunderstand us, the pain feels stronger than if it came from strangers. Love brings joy, but it also opens the door to vulnerability and heartbreak. This proverb reminds us that love is not always smooth or easy. It comes with challenges, disagreements, and sometimes sorrow. But it also suggests that such pain is part of deep, meaningful connection. Moral: true love brings both happiness and pain. The depth of your feelings makes you vulnerable, but it's also what gives relationships their value. Here are some real-life examples of how this proverb applies. 1. Family relationships. Parents may discipline or scold their children out of love, causing the child to cry or feel hurt, but their intention is to guide or protect, not to harm. Romantic relationships. In a loving relationship, misunderstandings or arguments can lead to tears. Because both people care deeply, even small issues can cause emotional pain, but they also help the relationship grow stronger when resolved. Friendships. A true friend may tell you hard truths, like pointing out your mistakes or warning you about a bad decision. While it may upset you in the moment, it's done out of care and concern. Letting go or sacrifice. Sometimes, someone who loves you may have to make difficult choices, like letting you go for your own good, causing both of you pain, but ultimately acting in your best interest. Each of these proverbs carries layers of wisdom that apply to both ancient and modern life. Let's pause for a moment. I invite you, dear listener, to reflect. Which of these proverbs speaks to you today? Which message is your soul ready to embrace? Remember, wisdom is not just in hearing, but in living these truths. Let them guide your actions, fuel your courage, and deepen your faith in life's journey. As we close today's episode, I encourage you to pick one proverb and practice its message intentionally this week.
Thank you for joining me today. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit from these reflections. Remember, the path to a virtuous life is one step at a time, and it's a journey we can all walk together. Until next time, stay mindful, stay connected, and keep striving to live by your highest values. Namaste.